All right, we are live, ladies and gents. Let me get the overlay. All right, we're here for what is going to be the final, the final stream of the regular season. It is the Nets taking on the Magic. We've brought up the Twitter stats and quotes yet again. Haven't done it in a while, purely because of time, but let's get into the stats for today. And first and foremost, talking about Mikal Bridges, I mean, we know how good this guy is. He's taken 121 pull-up twos in the last 15 games, which is talking about the kind of shot that he's making, the kind of shot that he's not afraid to take, which is a really good sign because it's not a shot that a lot of people, their games are dominated by. So that's a really good sign. It adds a lot of versatility to our offense. That being said, he needs to take more shots in the clutch because Spence is getting more looks. We missed 3 games during the week. One of those was the Minnesota game, and as much as Dinwiddie probably should have gotten fouled on the potential game-tying 3, Mikal Bridges probably needed that ball, and Dorian Finney-Smith also had a look down the stretch. He shouldn't have been taking layups, full stop. He should have been taking wide-open three-pointers, and that is... well, even that's a bit of a stretch. But, yeah, I mean, Mikal needs the ball. He needs the ball. Spencer Dinwiddie had 16 dimes the other day. 10 of those in one quarter, which is the best in this season. No one else has done that particular feat. And Spencer Dinwiddie is only the second player in the Brooklyn era to have 16 dimes in 2 games in a season. James Harden, the other guy, but we know Spencer Dinwiddie has been with the team for about 20 games, so it makes it a lot more impressive. Mikal Bridges, speaking of, I mean, we weren't speaking about it, but he's on track to play 83 games, provided something doesn't change in the last 2 games of the season. He's going to be playing the most minutes in the league. It's only been done 51 times in NBA history where a player has had 3,000 minutes in a season, and Mikal is about 64 minutes off. Royce O'Neal, I mean, he's had a really good run of form recently. He had 15.7 boards and 8 assists in the win against Detroit, plus 19. I mean, very good performance. He's averaging a career high in points and assists this season. He's been a very good pickup. It's been a bit of a roller coaster supporting him, but, he's been probably what we asked for, I would say. And you can see that he's posted 7 or more assists 9 times in his career. 8 of those have been this season, so he's had an increased responsibility with the basketball, and even more so since Kyrie Irving has left. The usage has gone down for superstars because we don't have any, and it's been more evenly spaced out, so there's been a lot more opportunities for Royce to handle the basketball, especially with the second unit, when Spencer's on the bench. This last stat, I didn't really have room for it, but you can see that Nick Claxton, as of now, is the first player ever to average 10 points, 2.5 blocks, and shoot 70% from the field in a season, which is incredible numbers if you think about it, and, a pretty sizable leap from what he was delivering last season. So he's been everything we've needed. I don't know why I've just started the timer because it really hasn't begun. But those are some stats to get your mind stimulated. I mean, we're watching a Nets game. We're not doing a test in school. You don't need to stimulate the brain too much. But as far as the starting 5 goes, I actually don't have it ready for you. Dorian Finney-Smith was out the other day. Royce was the replacement. And I'm as clueless as you are when it comes to who on earth is playing and who isn't. The game is not started, so please don't be misled by what the scoreboard's telling you. It looks like Doe is back. And basically, like it's been for the last 2 months, basically a clean injury report, except for Ben Simmons, who is ruled out for the season. So yeah. But if you have just joined us for the final stream of the year, make sure to say hello, because that's important, I would say. Amy, good morning. Good morning. Happy long weekend indeed to you as well. You know, a bit of a, what's the word? I mean, a bit of a break from the unrelenting schedule that is life. But it's good to have some basketball to watch, and it's good to, you know, I mean, it'll be good if we get the win today, because that means we have a top 6 spot secured, and we don't need to go through the painful process of having to go through the play-in and all that sort of stuff, which is daunting because, I mean, with this team, we're unpredictable as hell. You won't know what we're going to deliver on any given day. So, I mean, it's just imperative we get the game. You know, I mean, we're in charge of our destiny. So, if we lose today, if we don't make the play-in from the position we're currently in, it's our fault. The Sixers might lose on purpose to us so they can avoid playing the Heat in the playoffs. That's a very good call. Joel Embiid is ruled out for the Sixers-Hawks game today. And it has been indicated that they could potentially do the same kind of thing against us in a couple of days' time. I won't be doing that game, unfortunately. I mean, granted, you know, they're probably not going to be playing like any of their players, and it's not going to be a very good game to watch in terms of, like, I mean, we could destroy Philly, but it's going to be a gauge of absolutely nothing. And that's not the way I want to secure a playoff spot. If a team has that much disrespect that they're going to try tank on purpose to play us in the playoffs, that's a fair bit of disrespect, I would say. I mean, the Heat, matchup-wise, probably not great for Philly. You've got Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler, who most of the time decide to rock up in the playoffs. Sometimes they just don't exist. The Heat beat them in last year's playoffs. They're down 2-1 in the season. Yeah, I mean, I just hate the whole idea of tanking and resting players up for the playoffs, but I get it. I mean, it's basically the equivalent of not playing your players down the stretch when you're up 30, you know? It's a really dumb idea to, you know, potentially risk injury because of your own stupidity. Okay. So we are just getting ready to get underway. I mean, the task is very simple for us. If we win, we're through. If we lose, then it's either other results or the Philly game that we play in a couple days that'll decide it. The Magic have got Fultz, Anthony, Suggs, Wagner, that's Franz, and Goga Bitadze at the 5. So that's not a great center, but they've got a number of capable players in their starting lineup that could potentially cause some damage and have caused damage in the past. So yeah, I'm a little bit scared with that team they've put out because they did have a few players injured. And of course, we did lose to them about a week ago, or maybe a little longer than that. But Orlando seemed to be one of those teams, I mean, especially like 4 to 5 years ago, when we were inconsistent as hell, Orlando were always a team that made us work for it. And sometimes we weren't very successful. So look, look, Goga Bitadze, like he... I mean, if Clax is smart, he'll get a lot of post touches. Because I don't think Bitadze is going to really hold up for Orlando. But look, it's just going to be interesting to see if the team decides to, you know, be... Well, let's hope we actually fucking start this game well. Because it always seems to be an issue with us. And then we pick things up at the halftime break and get a good spray. So, we're going to get ready. Well, we are ready. For Nets Magic, second last game of the year, last game or last stream of the year of the regular season underway now. And the Nets won the tip. So it's going to be McCall, picked up by Fultz. And that's an excellent start, Dorian Finney-Smith. Turnover, transition buckets for Batadze. That's good. And, well, that's a terrible start. What can I say? I'm not going to sugarcoat things, but Dinwiddie, obviously no incentive for Orlando to really be risky with like some of their more important pieces because their season's done. Dinwiddie on the catch, gets by. Kick out, Johnson 3, off. Rebound, Clax. And looks like there's going to be a foul on that action. Wagner was trying to be a presence in the paint on that rebounding attempt and unfortunately was a little bit overzealous. Bridges on the catch, he's short. And he's sort of lost his shooting stroke a little bit. A bit less efficient in the last 3 to 4 games, I think. Fultz, good backdoor cut by Wagner, and that's good for 2. So Doe's got to be more alert. He hasn't had a great start. All 4 points scored by the Magic have been off Doe mistakes. Bridges short on another wide open mid-range. And now Suggs. Wagner top of the key. Bitadze to Fultz. Hand off to Anthony on the wing. Anthony into the paint. Moving 2, that's off. Good defense, Clax. Rebound. And now Dinwiddie will facilitate like he did so well. No, he doesn't actually. 1 and done. Early in the shot clock for the Nets. And now the Magic through Suggs. The 3. We went under the screen. Did not get punished for it. And it is Johnson. High screen Clax. Johnson, bit of touch and feel there. Bridges is open in the corner. Oh my God. That was halfway down. Then a very bad pass by Suggs. Looking for a pass that absolutely wasn't on. We're 0 of 5 to open. Bridges is 0 of 3. He's now guarded by Bitadze. He took a little bit of a knock. And the shot fell after the whistle. So, I mean, even though that shot's not going to count, it's good to see one go through. Those who said hello earlier, Lenny and Daniel, nice to see us yet again. So the Nets have struggled with some offense early in this game. Seems like we're easing in still. Bridges, easy layup. And the Magic were a little bit relaxed on that coverage. And Bridges was able to just move his way towards the basket with ease. Much like Cole Anthony, who just scored 2 points in basically the same fashion, except his off-ball movement was a lot better. Dinwiddie does not shoot the step back 2, thank God. He's got it again. He will feed Clax in the post, who's got Anthony guarding him, and he scores for 2. And that's going to be something that we need to exploit. I can sense a Claxton 20-point game. He had a really good game the other day. He had 19 and 7, 3 blocks, 2 steals, or 2 blocks, 3 steals. I don't know which one. Good defense there, right on cue. Johnson, bounce pass, Dinwiddie, corner for Bridges. Suggs overcommitted on the steal attempt. And Bridges misses another 3, man. Struggled nice and early. He's getting a lot of looks, though. Fultz in the corner, that's off. Rebound is supported by Bridges, and now the Nets in transition. Can get into some early offense. Oh, that is saucy! Spencer worked things out on the fly and found Clax under the basket unattended. 2 points. So we're now tied at 6. It's been a bit of a slog in the early going. 12 points combined in the first 4 minutes of the game. Wagner's going to back down Bridges. Step back. That's off. Doesn't get the bounce. Rebound Clax. And now Dinwiddie. He's going to drive down the middle. Euro blocked by Betadze with the help defense. And now the Magic in transition. Suggs, ball fake, kick out. Wagner, 3, off. And there's not enough numbers for the Magic to follow up there. So a rebound for the Nets. And now Dinwiddie. Johnson to the corner for Bridges. High screen and switch. Clax looking for the handoff. Johnson. Runner. It's off. Too long. And now the Magic through Fultz. Leaves it for Anthony, who's trailing. The 3 in rhythm. That rims out. And a rebound for Clax again. Bro, Clax is getting a lot of boards early. I mean, they're not the difficult kind. Johnson for the foul, +1. When buckets are difficult to come by, those buckets basically are gold. And Cam Johnson will head to the free throw line after the timeout. I'm on my commentary game today because sometimes I'm very stuttery with what I say. But today I've been very, very good with it. I haven't really had to hesitate or reset what I'm saying. As Playboy is saying in the chat, make sure to hit that like button as well. And subscribe if you are new. I mean, the only games left that we'll do this season is obviously the obvious ones. You know, Philly Nets in the playoffs will potentially be covering that one. Well, we will, as much as we can. We'll be trying to do some watch-alongs. There will be games I miss, but there will be games I definitely cover. And, yeah, for sure, we'll be here for every step of the way. We're going to be doing if the Nets win today or the Heat lose, we will be doing a Nets-Philly game preview. And that'll happen sometime between, obviously, the end of the season and the start of the Philly series. I was going to do a Cam Thomas video on the whole situation of him like not getting playing time despite being able to drop 40 points in a game. And obviously a lot of unrest regarding that situation. A lot of people want to see Cam Thomas play. But I'll look into that. Yeah. So we may be doing a video on that, but that probably will wait until after the Philly series because obviously Cam Thomas's playing time is not a focus right now. Right now it's about playoff basketball. We're in that position, so as long as we're in that position, we're going to be focusing on, on exactly that. Nets vs Philly live is the one I want to watch. Yeah, I mean, the last time a playoff series was entertaining when we got knocked out in the first round was when we played Philly about 4 years ago. So, I mean, I'm ready for a fair bit of feistiness. I think Joel Embiid's going to be a fucking pest, and he's going to be annoying as hell. But you know what? That's just a part of the fun. I know what to expect. I'm actually ready to watch this Philly series. I'm mentally prepared for it because I know what's going to happen. Roughly. Like, I know Joel Embiid's going to get his buckets. And I know James Harden is going to do a lot of ISO ball. Actually, no, I don't think so. I'm very scared. I said this a couple streams ago that Tyrese Maxey is going to score 25 a game against us. That's the last way I want to go out. But I don't know how our defense is going to hold up. I don't know how our offense is going to hold up. This team's unpredictable as shit. As I said, I don't know what we deliver in the regular season, let alone in a playoff game. So we'll see how we go. But the Nets are on a 7-0 run in the last 2 minutes. It's been one of those more slower burner kind of runs. Wagner, great defense. And there was no foul in there. Wagner's a bit bewildered. Wagner just lost the ball out of bounds. I mean, that's fair enough. I thought there was a bit of contact, but I think Clax did well to close off the run. Dinwiddie, the step back 3 is off. Can't help but think that's not going to be the right kind of shot you want to be taking at any stage of the game, let alone for this sort of game. And in the first quarter, The Nets pick up a steal. And we'll get another look. Dinwiddie, the drive. Surveys the floor. Kick out to Bridges. And now Dinwiddie will get it back on the wing. He's got Suggs on him. He's going to drive. He gets by. The high arcing layup. And he's got it for 2. In transition. 3 for Suggs. And that's probably the first 3 they've made. They've sort of struggled. They hit a couple buckets early, but they've struggled. Obviously, only the 9 points in half a quarter. Bridges is fouled by Betadze, who was beaten to the spot by Bridges. And it will be Nets ball on the side. I mean, yeah, if you get Suggs as the man who's picking you up, I think Spencer's got to exploit that as much as possible. Because he will get by him. Royce is in the game on the catch and shoot 3. I mean, this guy is picking up his form at the right time and immediately has an impact with the first 3 of the game for the Nets, I do believe, in this match. Good contest by your boy. Clax forces the Fultz miss, and the Nets not clean. But they get the rebound. Royce again. That is just not it. Kevon Harris is in for the Magic as the first change of the game for them. Joe Harris is in. Obviously scored the 6 threes in his opening 6 minutes of action the other day. Fultz scores the 2. And when Joe Harris is on the floor, you know there's going to be a point of weakness on the defensive side. Spence. High screen Clax. Royce lost the ball. Got it back. Joe. And now Spencer with 8 to shoot. He's got to make something happen. Gets into the mid-range. The alley-oop! Well done. I mean, that chemistry has built slowly. I mean, you could see it in the first couple of games as well. But now the misses are even more few and far between than what they once were. Fultz with the reverse. Gets by Bridges. And he knows it was his mistake. So 4 minutes to play in this first quarter. 16-13 lead for the Nets. They've had, well, barring the very slow start, they've had the lead basically the entire time. The Magic, though, can tie things with a 3. Anthony will go downhill instead and score for 2. Get into some early offense. Orlando didn't get back. And there is a foul. Mikal wanted the whistle. Let's have a look at the... Well, it was good identification, but I don't know who pushed the pace, but Orlando were really napping on that defensive possession. Bridges had gotten in behind, and Betadze was the last line of defense. So I believe it's Goga's 3rd foul. Mikal cannot buy a bucket right now. He misses the free throw 1. 16-15. Oh, it's not been pretty. I tell you what, we're not playing into some good basketball at the back end of the season. We're playing out of it. So Bridges missed number 1, and number 2 is good. So he has not been efficient in this game thus far, but that hopefully helps him a little bit. In the game is Schofield. Carter Williams, the ultimate tank commander for the Nets. Dayron is in. Okiki is also in for the Magic. That one was just sent out of play by Orlando, and the assistant coach takes a grab in the crowd. So, I mean, if we can't win and dominate with the second unit that they've got on the floor, then I don't know what to say. Dayron, good take, and he's improved in that department considerably since, you know, he got some playing time. I don't know what game it was, but he's improved dramatically. That's good defense. Somehow a foul. It's going to be shots for the Magic when we return. Well, that's a good take by Dayron. And Carter Williams was basically hacking at him. I think Sumner's getting ready to check in as the facilitator for the second unit. We did see that the other day. And I like that. I like that move a lot. I think Shark Vaughan missed the trick with some other games where we weren't, yeah, where we needed some energy off the bench. We needed someone that can actually handle the rock defensively, just be a little bit more alert and energetic, you know. I don't actually know what to expect in the playoffs if we end up playing Philly, man. Because a game like this, I mean, it's not really moving the needle much for me. Or it's not really making me too excited. Given we've scored 19 against a Magic team missing like 4 of their best players. Or 3 of their best players. I think the Dayron 20-point game, when was it? It was the Cleveland games. The Cleveland games, he just decided to wake up and have a couple double-doubles. Yeah. Which top 3 team in the East is more likely to lose? Look, I'm going to say that none of them lose, but if we're talking most likely... who's top 3? Bucks, Celtics, Sixers. Bucks would end up playing... Like, Bucks would win easy. Celtics, if the Heat end up playing the Celtics, that could be an interesting series. I feel like the Heat could steal a game or 2, but I don't think they'll lose. I'm not going to give us major confidence in knocking off Philly, because, I mean, look at them. Like, they're bloody ridiculous. It's awfully dark in this room. I don't know if the camera's showing it, but yeah, it is. It's showing how dark it is in here. It's not particularly bright in this room. I see 6 games for Boston. I wouldn't be opposed to that, to be honest, but I think Boston will get it done relatively comfortably. Man, I didn't know that Joe Harris is 43% from 3 on the season. He had an abysmal start to the year. And he's somehow been able to rescue it. I've got no idea how he's done that. But yeah, I think it's going to be the West is going to be an area to watch. Like, every single series will end up being a scary series for the team that finished higher. Because the expectations are larger and there's some good teams in the bottom half of the 8 that you probably don't want to match up against. For example, the Lakers. But I do think if Phoenix end up matching up against the Lakers, I think there could be a fair bit of opportunity for the Suns to get it done. And it's not just because I hate the Lakers. That's a really good piece of offense by the Nets, but the 3 isn't capitalized on by Joe Harris. Schofield looking for the handoff to Houston, who's in the game. Harris, corner 3 is wide open. Got it. 19 apiece. Warriors Kings is going to be a movie. I don't know what the Kings are going to give, to be honest. Joe, that was a really weird release. It looked a bit clunky on the way up, but he adjusted on the fly and was able to score for 3. Get the lead back out to 3 and give us a little bit of separation. Drive and score by Harris over Dayron. So Joe again thought about the 3, gave it to Royce, who was open. He missed it. Sumner with the offensive board. Royce does not shoot. And then was... Oh, well, he fumbled it. Oh, that's good rotation. Sumner hit the ground hard and probably hit his head as well. On the way down, he'll be shooting 2 shots, and we know he's a walking bucket, the free throw line. That's well done by Joe. His facilitation today's been pretty good. Hasn't been afraid to take the extra pass. Oh, wow. I've absolutely jinxed Sumner there, who's shooting over 90% from the line. He misses the first free throw. Makes the second, though. Leads back up to 2. And then he tried to go for the steal in the backcourt, which did not work. Magic will get into a set. I mean, with this Magic team, they've got a full bench lineup in. We should be destroying them. Speak of the devil, we force a turnover. Dinwiddie on the drive. He wanted the foul. He didn't get it, but he did get the 2 to go. And he loves to complain. It was one of those ones where he doesn't say anything, but he looks at the refs as if to say, where's my foul? Carter Williams, final minute of the first quarter. And Carter Williams scores for 2. Gets by Sumner. How does this bloke have a spot on a roster, man? He's been a bum for the best part of like 7 years. Or longer, to be quite honest. Dinwiddie 1-on-1. Backs down Carter Williams, the spin, and he's going to get the whistle, and he will get shots. So 37.4 to play in this first quarter. Let me know if the volume levels are okay or they're a little bit weird. If you are enjoying, make sure to show your support in more ways than one. You know what to do, like the show and sub as well if you want. All not an obligation. Man, Spencer Dinwiddie has got the best assist number in the league since the 10th of March. That's not a small sample. It's been in the last month. 10.7 dimes a game. That is sort of crazy because Spencer's never been... Well, he's been a facilitator, but never on this level. And it's even more staggering when you think about how, like, the kind of players we've got. Oh, that pass was a little bit ropes by Harris, but no one was there to pick up the steal. Carter Williams in the corner. Halner. Rebound Sumner and will hold for 1 with a 1 second difference between shot and game. Suspense is going to just slow things down. He waves off a couple of players and is watching the clock now. He's got a Kiki on him in an isolation on the outside. They double him now. Oh my God, what is this play? Sumner, get it off. He didn't get it to go anyway. We've got 0.3 to play in this first quarter. It's not going to happen. Make a 0.7. But I don't know why, like, irrespective of the personnel, like in the KD era, in this era, in the era prior to the KD era, we always struggle whenever we get blitzed. Always. Like, every single time we get doubled in the backcourt or trapped, we never know what to do with the basketball. I've no idea what the fix is, but it always seems to happen. It's just like one of those things that is carried over, irrespective of the kind of personnel we have. Like, KD got doubled and he'd always turn it over. James Harden got doubled and he would probably turn it over. He was better at looking after it. Kyrie would turn it over. I mean, for players of such high usage, you're going to get turnovers, but yeah. That's how you extend your career. Spencer's a baller. It's not even that. Like, I mean, he's not at the stage of his career where we can say he's extending it by, adjusting his game. I would say that's more for players like Brook Lopez, who, like, his game 5 or 6 years ago did not suit the modern game. Went to LA and started shooting threes. And now at Milwaukee, he's established himself as one of the best defensive centers in the league. So, like, I'd say that's what, like, Lopez would have nowhere near the same influence that he has now if he didn't adjust his game. Spencer, it's a little bit different because he's a guard and he's been improving his game as his career's worn on. it hasn't been a matter of trying to prolong his career, like, when he's like 32 or some shit. And has realized, well, I can't shoot anymore because I don't have my athleticism. I need to start passing it more. It's not at that stage yet because he still has that athleticism. Brook was shooting threes before he was traded to LA. His last year with us, he was shooting threes. I don't think I was following the team in that season, so I probably can't recall. But I guarantee you the volume at which he was shooting the threes would have just severely elevated as soon as he went to LA. Because I remember watching a couple games like that. So yeah, Brooklyn last season, or the last season he played at the Nets. Okay, yeah. Yep, so that was... You're right. You are right. The last season he played at LA, or Brooklyn, sorry, he did shoot 34%, or just, yeah, about 34.5% from 3 on 5 attempts. And he hadn't attempted more than... He was averaging 0.2 3-point attempts the season before that. So, yeah, complete change. Johnson from way downtown, he got it. Lead up to 7. And I feel like once the lead blows out, that's when it's probably going to be secured. But can't be complacent against an opposition that has absolutely nothing to play for. That 3 is off. They got a couple offensive rebounds. Oh, that's an easy 2. Good full court feed. Reading the play well before it had even panned out. And Cam Johnson with the dunk in transition. No Magic defenders back. And that was pretty smooth sailing. Bol's in the game. And his 3 is off. The rebound was fumbled by the Nets. And the Magic will recycle for another possession. Corner for Bol. Gonna back down Clax, the kick out. Houston lost it. And then Royce comes over to help. And we once again get another possession. Foul +1! Yes, sir! That's a good dime by Seth Curry on the previous possession. And then to pull up for 3. Score the 3. As the trailer and Carter Williams on that closeout was pretty trash. Thanks, Thomas, for the kind words. I mean, look, I don't like to think I'm underrated, but I do think that I wish this shit got more attention. I think it's, well, we're now not big market. Bol at a wide open 3, it's off. Bridges is fouled before even bypassing the restricted area or the paint. But yeah, the goal for this channel, I'm not 100% sure. Like, obviously, it's just, we take it a game at a time, a season at a time. But I think the goal for next year is going to be more expansion. I've now got a solid base, a solid foundation. We've got some regulars here that always rock up, which is awesome to see. I think it's going to be about trying to get it a bit more out there and pushing it, because I don't push my streams too much. 38-23. That's the lead. 11-0 run for the Nets. I mean, the Magic have had their opportunities to score some 2s. They've had plenty of offensive rebounds. They've had some open 3s. Bol drive on Seth Curry. You know how that's going to end. I mean, good bloody luck putting a 6'11" bloke on Bol when he's handling the rock, let alone a 6'1" Seth Curry. Royce Bridges drives into the middle. Bol fouls on the contest. It's going to be shots. And despite us starting the game pretty poorly and McCall not having a very good efficiency game, we've still got 38 points at this stage. You should do watch-alongs for big games when the Nets aren't playing. I would, but I don't. I think that's already being done. You know, it's everyone's... The whole point of doing these is because A, I support the team. B, they're not televised nationally. And C, that usually means a lot of people can't watch the games. They don't have access. For the big national TV games, that's usually where the big teams play. I don't think there's incentive for me to do anything because a lot of other channels do that sort of stuff. And I've sort of established a niche already with this, I feel. I think it's just going to be about, for next season, being more well-known in the Net fan base. Bridges is off on the 3. That was tough to say. Royce. And now Curry. On the second opportunity, he turns it over. Well read by Houston. And in transition, what on earth are they doing? And another turnover for the Magic. Royce behind the back. The layup by Johnson is off. He wanted an interference or a goaltend. I don't know what he was claiming. Bol for 3 in transition on the pull-up. And then Okeke stood out of bounds. What a damn mess. So, 15-point lead for the Nets. And it's all smiles at the moment. But we know that no lead is safe. I mean, we're up against the Pistons by 19. Clacks the Euro, that's off. He got the offensive board, and he is fouled on the way up. It's going to be 2 shots. And that's what happens when, you know, you go for the field goal, and, you know, you force your opposing center to go up. If someone doesn't get the rebound, best believe you're going to get it. Because, obviously, if the center's committed to contesting the shot, they're probably not going to be in the correct area to box out and get that board. So, Clax is going to get a lot of opportunity here. Especially in the first half where it all matters. So about 8:30 to go in this second quarter. It is a pretty comfy 16-point lead. It was close to open. And we've just reinforced the lead at the start of the second. Only 2 Magic points in the quarter. Opinion on the... Oh, yes. The City jerseys for next season. I don't know if you've seen them. We may do a little bit of a halftime review. I'll get them up and I want to hear your thoughts on it, people. I can't get what the general vibe is. That 3 by the Magic is well off. Okeke misses the pull-up 3, and now the Nets in transition. Bridges to Johnson. Royce down the middle. We can't work out what we want to do. Clacks off the dribble, the spin, and he traveled. And sometimes he is prone to doing that. Especially when he is trapped in the paint. He usually shuffles his feet after picking up the dribble. It's very split. It is. Some people say it goes hard. Some people say it looks atrocious and looks like a kid drew the design. Harris. There's a reach in on Curry, who came over to help. And of course, Bol. I mean, much to the frustration of Magic fans today, Bol knocks down the 3 after the whistle, so a bit frustrating, but from a Nets perspective, we got let off. The court is going to look sick, though. Well, I need to see what the court looks like before I can actually make a judgment on that one, but it'll be interesting for sure. I don't know if I'll cop. Please get the steal. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Have some awareness, CJ. Why does that always happen, man? We had the ball. Royce, early offense. Very wild with the layup attempt and a miss. And now it's a 4-and-5 because Royce is out of the play. Okeke after the behind-the-back dime by Bol. It's off. And a rebound, Curry. But man, got to be more aware of those players that creep up behind. Because that's how they got their last 3-pointer. Curry. Oh my god. Finney Smith back in the game. Bridges, the driving kick. Found Johnson with the no-look. The 3 is off. And the rebound by Carter Williams. MCW. Cross. He's going to back down Doe. Kick it out to Bol. The Euro. Shoots over Royce. It's off. And then he mistimed the rebound attempt. It's now 4-5. Bol on the floor. Curry the 3. Foul again! And 3 again! Second time! Oh, Bol, what are you doing? What are you doing? Man. Actually, I've just completely forgotten. We haven't done a box score check all game. Like, all game, man. Alright, let's have a look. Let me know about the audio levels, if they're all good. Because I'm a little bit further away from the mic today, and I'm hoping that that hasn't really impacted everything too much. It's box score time. Let's have a look and see what's up. So you can see the Magic. I think they're resting their players. They played their bench more than their starters, so that's probably speaking volumes, telling a lot about how the game's going to be run today. They're shooting it like arse. I mean, yeah. McCall hasn't been good at all, but Clax has got 8, is leading the way with Spence, who's got 6 and 6, picking up right where he left off from the last game where he had 16 dimes, in case you missed it. And Cam Johnson with 8, and he hasn't really been that convincing either with his play, but he's still leading the way. Off the bench, you got 7 from Seth Curry. He's had 1 4-point play, and he just had another one. He's going to have a chance to convert the opportunity at the free throw line. When we return from the timeout, you can see, though, our shooting's been pretty piss poor as well, but we've gotten to the free throw line a lot more, made a few more shots. Rebound numbers are in our favor by 1. It feels like it's in our favor a lot more, but I think it's the turnovers that are really the difference here, if I'm going to be quite honest. You look at our turnovers, we've had 4. Actually, no, it doesn't look like it. They've had 10. Okay, yeah, that is one of the big differences. And the free throws, we've had 12 free throws. They have had only 2. They've only made 1. So that's probably the 2 big differences in this game. I mean, you got a 12-2 free throw disparity. Yeah. So you've got a 12-2 free throw disparity, and you've got a 10-4. Yeah. 10-4 for turnovers. That's the 2 big keys of the game, because we haven't even shot the ball well. We've only made 2 more field goals than them. Shot the 3 ball basically as bad. Okay, the free throw is good for Curry, and that's the second 4-point play is converted. Pretty nuts. I mean, it's difficult to do it once, let alone twice in a quarter. So, Batadze's back in the game, and Spencer Dinwiddie is guarding him in the post. Good bloody luck. That's only their 3rd field goal make of the quarter, and we've just exceeded halfway now. McCall leaves it for Spence. Bounce pass by Johnson. A Curry on the catch. That is off. It hits back iron. Turns out he needs to be fouled in order to make a 3-pointer. That pass by Carter Williams was an absolute rocket towards Mr. Whammy. I'm assuming he's in the vicinity of that area. Yep, I can see him on screen right there. Okay, so Spencer Dinwiddie gonna bring it up. Maybe slow the tempo down, maybe not. Doe. Just going to pass it to Johnson on the wing. Gets into the paint. The kick out for Dinwiddie. Corner for Curry. Probably not the pass. It actually did more harm than good, but he was able to find a way and scored the baseline delivery for 2. Shooting the ball well in this quarter. 50%. The Magic are exactly half of that percentage. They're shooting 3 of 12. 25%. Anthony shoots the midi over Dinwiddie. Barely hit the damn rim. And then Bitadze had to try save it, but wasn't successful in passing it to a Magic player. Johnson in the corner. Wagner does well to stay with. Bridges up top. High screen Johnson. Now the switch over Wagner. It's off. And the rebound by the Magic. Carter Williams is going to drive down the middle. Johnson does well, but Wagner for the second time today scores via a backdoor cut. Dinwiddie, Johnson. He's got Bitadze on him, so I would attack this, but he doesn't. He passes it instead, and now Dinwiddie to Johnson again. Out to Doe in the corner. Back out to Johnson. Bitadze had to pick him up. Was late. Luckily, Johnson is off. Anthony behind the back. Gets through. Kick out of Wagner. Fakes the pass to the corner. Wagner the spin. The foul. And it will be shots. Magic are trash? Well, yeah, I mean, I really can't figure out what they're doing. In this game, at least. They just haven't been able to make shots. They're another one of those inconsistent teams. Banchero's obviously not playing. Who has been one of their best, if not their best player this season. And their minute allocation tonight's a bit weird. That being said, they've just brought in all their starters after taking a really long extended break. So they will be playing the remainder of this first half, you would feel. Mikal needs to stop shooting threes and just drive. I feel like the Magic are doing a pretty good job of forcing shots outside of the paint. And we haven't been really all that aggressive in trying to find a way through that. That being said, I feel like that's a bit nitpicky. I mean, we're up 14. Dinwiddie is blocked or fouled. I don't know which one, but that was a bad miss. So now the Magic in transition. Faults through the legs. Oh, that's deep from Suggs. That is well long. Thanks for the live. No worries, my friend. Always a pleasure. Dinwiddie. Out to Bridges, top of the key. That's his kind of shot. And he knocks it down. And even in a game where, I mean, he had missed his previous 5 3-pointers, finally gets one to go, and that's probably good for his confidence in a game where he's sort of struggling. Wagner lost it. Dribbled into trouble, and now in transition, Bridges goes baseline. The reverse is off. He didn't get the angle, and then the ball was knocked away. The Magic left for Bitadze, and then Anthony stood on the sideline. So another fast break opportunity goes begging. We're going to get a timeout. And the Nets will have the ball on the side when we return. If you are enjoying, you know the deal. Make sure to drop a like on it. And subscribe if you are new. As we've mentioned, we'll be doing a full playoff preview or play-in preview, whatever. You know, what's the word? On whatever scale we're playing in the playoffs or playing postseason basketball, we'll be doing a preview of it. And there will be a Cam Thomas video probably following the playoffs. At least our playoff run. Just to suss. I think, I don't know if it's a good time for it. I don't know if it'll get pushed out. Given, you know, all the hype around the playoffs, and that's probably where the attention lies. But we will be doing a video, so I'm just letting you all know of that. Yeah. And we will be doing playoff basketball. I don't actually know... Have they... They haven't set dates for the playoffs, have they? But they have set rough dates, but they haven't set actual... like specific dates for specific matchups yet, I don't think. So the play-in is between the 11th and the 14th, which is in just under a week. The first round will start on the 15th. So yeah, the playoff preview will probably happen when the play-in is happening. Play-in. Yeah, it doesn't say when. It says when the play-in games are. It doesn't say when the play-off games are. Okay. So 51-34. Things are pretty comfy at the moment. I mean, around the grounds, I mean... Let's have a look. So the Heat are losing right now. I mean, Philly couldn't do us a favor yesterday, could they? Man, the Celtics are flogging Toronto. They're up 31, the Celtics. Sort of crazy. Man, Siakam's been crap. They've all been trash. They're shooting it at 28% from the field in the first half, the Raptors. Alrighty. So, 5 on the floor for the Nets is Clax, Dinwiddie, Joe, Doe, Royce. Joe to Dinwiddie. He's going to shoot the 3. Had the space. Didn't make it. Clax tried to get the offensive board. Unsuccessful in doing so. And now the Magic on the offensive side. Suggs misses the 3. Clax the board. Dinwiddie. Acceleration. Kick out. Doe on the catch. Well off. And then Wagner chases up the rebound. Final 2 minutes of this first half. It has not been pretty at maybe even the best of times. Batadze, that was a terrible pass for him. You don't pass a ball to a 7-footer at their knees. They aren't getting down there. So with sub 5 seconds to play on the shot clock, they're going to have to be pretty proactive in getting one off. That's provided they secure the basketball, the Magic. You would back them in. You would back them in big time. They got Royce O'Neal contesting the jump ball. Oh, they got to get it off. Batadze the push shot. He didn't even hit the basket. So Royce cross court to Dinwiddie. Royce on the catch, back out. High screen Clax, driving kick. Joe, heavily contested 3, and there's a foul. So not quite as pretty looking as the Seth Curry 3s. Firstly, because Joe didn't make the 3, and secondly, because he didn't fall over. But it was one of those more subtle shooting fouls. So with about 90 seconds left in the opening half, this would get it out to 19, if you can make both. So the first one is good. And the second free throw is good. Oh, wait, I forgot there's 3 free throws. So this would actually get it out to 20, and this is pretty comfy at the moment. I mean, the Magic have scored 34 points, so... like... you know, I wouldn't be overly optimistic if I was a Magic fan about winning this game. Nor would I probably care, given the season's done. There's nothing really to play for. as much as I hate the tension of not knowing whether we're going to hold the 6th spot after the Magic missed that 3 just there, I sort of like it because 2 games left in the season, we're playing games that mean something. Excellent dime by Royce. He attracted a couple defenders and Clax was open, ready to receive the pass, and he threw it down with authority. 22-point lead. Wagner into the paint. The layup is off. Rebound Nets. Dinwiddie. Alley-oop! Sheesh. Fultz into the paint. Foul. Got it. That's what happens when you reach in the cookie jar. It's going to be a free throw for Fultz. After converting the scoop. Imaginable. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Welcome to the stream. Definitely a new viewer. Hope you're doing okay. Free throw is good for Fultz. What's your thoughts on the new Nets jerseys? I'm going to get to that at the break. I'll get an article up. Oh, that's excellent off-ball movement, Joe. Misses the 3, though. It was wide open. I will look at the new Nets jerseys, though, and we're going to do a full review. Full review. 6-second difference between shot and game for the Magic. Anthony, cross, kick out. There's a foul on the closeout. Doe stuck his leg out. Suggs fell over. And it's going to be shots with about 12 seconds left in this first half. So Suggs will be at the free throw line. One of the major reasons this lead is what it is because the Magic have not gotten to the free throw line. You know, for all those drives, they've missed a crap ton, and we haven't fouled them. Whammy's at the free throw line, trying to put off the opponents, and he doesn't do much to those free throws, to be quite honest with you. Lead back under 20. Dinwiddie 1-on-1. Step back 3. It's off. Do not shoot that again, Spencer. And the full court ease by Suggs is off. That's the half, ladies and gents. 58-39 the score. And pretty good half. I mean, I can't really argue with what I've seen. Scoring 58 with McHale not playing great is a good thing, I would say. Let's have a look at the box score. You can see that, well, we're not shooting the ball well from 3. I mean, we've taken 25 threes already. Pretty nuts. Rebound numbers pretty good. The field goal shooting's been whack. But the fact the Magic are shooting like this is just one of the main reasons. We've been to the free throw line 16 times to their, 5? 7. And the turnover number is basically through the roof for the Magic. I mean, 14 turnovers in a half of basketball. That is ridiculous. You're not going to win games doing that. And we've had only 4. So that's really the big difference in the game. As far as I'm concerned. If we look at who's been contributing, Spencer Dinwiddie has got 9 more dimes. If, we talked about this pre-game, Spencer is averaged, I don't know how much he averaged, but in the month of March, had the most assists. And only the second player in Brooklyn Nets history to have 2 16 assist games in a season. He's on track to make it 3. That's provided the game is, if the game gets close down the stretch, he will be playing. If it doesn't, then it's going to be, well, I don't think he's hitting 16 dimes, full stop. Clax with 12 and 8. I mean, I knew it was going to be a big game today, given they have Batadze at the 5, but it's been a really high efficiency kind of game from Clax, and he hasn't gotten really any offensive boards, 2 offensive boards. There's been some good chemistry with Spencer Dinwiddie on the alley-oop finishes, but he's been pretty solid. I mean, you can't complain with what Clax delivers. who else? Joe, I mean, he got, you know, Joe and Seth Curry, between them, have had 3 fouls, or they've picked up 3 fouls shooting threes. So, like, from that alone, I mean, Seth Curry made the 3 as well. So, like, you got two 4-point plays and you got fouled on another 3-pointer. Crazy stuff. But overall, like, a pretty good half. McCall was inefficient as hell, but I would rather him do this now than do it in the playoffs. Yeah. Okay, let me just have a sip of water. And then we're going to do a little analysis of the jerseys. Okay, so I'm just going to hop over here because this is the little Twitter section. And just get the link up. Okay. This is a great comment, by the way. So I'm just going to get this up. Going to change it. If it actually... Okay, sorry. I'm just upping the score counter. It's not this much of a margin. Okay. So... Oh, for God's sake. Why is it doing that? Frick off. Okay. So... It's just going to keep restarting, isn't it? Okay. Screw it. Okay, you can't even see the timer, so it's alright. This is what it looks like. So, this person commented that the Nets City editions look like a preschool rug / a movie theater carpet, which is actually so true now that I see it. That's what it looks like. What are your thoughts, people, on this thing? Because I personally don't like it, to be honest. I think it could have been done in a much better way. The shorts look decent. It's just a weird color scheme. It actually does look like a movie theater carpet. That's sort of crazy. Now, just like putting that comment like alongside the actual image, like, that is a weird ass jersey. And the text, I don't know, man. The text with, like, it feels like the text does not match what's going on here with the colors and the design. Like, if that was the font they were going for, then they probably needed to have a different design. And if they wanted that design, they needed to have a different font. It, like, those two aspects, those two elements of the thing does not work. That's a weird ass font. What the fuck is that? and like, if you're gonna have that font, you probably have to have the, like, the jersey number changed to be the same font. And even then, that would look stupid. Like, it's a tough one, you know? Because it's like I'm trying to think of what jersey was like the, this one, right? I'm just going to show you, like, I'll show you an image of this. Hang on, if I can get the image up, that'd be cool. I love how I'm that invested in the game that I'm now talking about the jerseys. The one I'm wearing right now, the one we're wearing today, I love that jersey. It's an awesome jersey. This jersey, right, I love this. And I'm really salty that I didn't cop. Whoa. But see how that, like, the font fits, like, it fits the Nets. Like, the number fits the Nets. Like, it's very thematic. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything about that fits. I'm very annoyed that I didn't cop that. I mean, I still can, but, you know. But see how that, like, that is seamless. Like, the Nets and the number. And even like it's simple, but it gives off the Subway feel purely off that text and the circle. But then you go to the atrocity of the other one, and it's just not as... It's not as seamless. That's the word, I think. Very questionable. The other ones, I have to say. So what I'm getting from you guys is the fact that you like the design, but the font is arse. We would do for a miss. Yeah, we haven't had a miss in a while. Like, I've copped a lot of jerseys. Like the ones... I don't know if I'm going to cop this, to be honest. This is the first one I'm hella skeptical about. Even the, there was the Basquiat one. No, was it the Basquiat? No. The one with... that looked like it was kindergarten drawing. I got that one. I think it was the black Basquiat. I don't actually mind that. Honestly, we may need to do a Nets jersey tier list in the off-season. "2019 Bed-Stuy." Hey, I got something for you guys. It's actually way too big for me. But, hang on. Let me see if I can actually get it out from under the heap. I have this. It's... I got this, and it looks goated. Oh my god, I love this. It's too big for me. I can't wear it. It's gonna look like a dress, but it looks... I don't know if... I'm pretty sure it's fake, but you know what? It just looks good. It looks good, man. I'm so happy I got it as well, because I got it this year. Pretty hard to get as well, because it's obviously a few years old. But like, this thing is... And it's D-Lo, man. Oh, man. Bed-Stuy do or die. I have the white one as well, but it's a Kyrie one. This is the problem, man, with buying jerseys. You can't buy shit with numbers on them, because the minute you do, your player gets traded. That's the only problem with like NBA merch and apparel. With like footy or soccer/footy, you can't, like, it's a bit different. You can actually just get the jersey without the number. You don't need to commit, yeah. Or you buy a custom one with your name on it. See, I'm not a fan of that. I think that's a bit of a tosser, like, mindset. That's just in my opinion. I mean, each to their own. I'm not judging. But in my opinion, I just, like, I couldn't do it. I would rather have a player on the back, or I'd rather have nothing. You know? Like, I get it for, like, special occasions and stuff. That's cool. If you get it as a gift, that's pretty cool. But if you, like, actually go out of your way to put your own name on the back, like, it doesn't sit well with me. Like, I wouldn't, yeah. You know? I mean, why does it matter what I think? Like, that's... Like, don't take what I say like as if it matters, because it doesn't. As long as you're happy with it, like this thing, this D-Lo jersey, I'm chuffed about, and I don't even wear it. I may need to wear it though, just for a bit of nostalgic purpose, but let me just put that bad boy away. Yeah. Nah. As a gift, I'd probably put their name. Yeah, it depends. If it's like a special occasion, yeah. I mean, yeah. Personally, I'd have to go for a player. For sure. Oh, 70 points. Shit. Getting a bit carried away, guys. This is what happens when you put hotkeys for your scoreboard. Every time I, like, copy or paste something, or, like, I need to, like, adjust the size of an element on the stream, I have to press Control or Alt, and Control increases the team, or like, oh sorry, the Nets score, and the Alt key increases the or starts and stops the time. So it's a little bit annoying. It's better to buy a retired. Yeah, I would say I agree. Because, like, you already have seen what they've done. If there's a jersey, like, if you can buy a jersey of a player who retired, that must have meant they're good, you know? To be fair, like, I'd still rock Kevin Durant and Kyrie jerseys. Because they, like, did some good things with us. I mean, they didn't accomplish anything, but it was a good time. There were some good moments in there. I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest, I think the 18 wins in the 20 game, 18 wins, 2 losses, that stretch of the season in like January, December, that was one of the best times to be a Nets fan, I feel. I mean, yeah. Because even in the playoffs, it just seemed a bit... Yeah. It seemed a bit weird. I mean, the second round when we got knocked out, like, it was the Kevin Durant show or bust. And you could see the flaw and the weakness in that team. Like, there's always been a problem with being a Nets fan. Like, there's always been something, just a little thing to remind you that nothing's perfect with the world. When I first followed this team, we didn't have a center. We'd constantly be playing... I don't know what sound I just made there. We'd be playing like Quincy Acey at the 5. Or Tyler Zeller at the 5. When Jared Allen was developing. Then he developed... And we decided to play DeAndre Jordan at the 5. Traded those guys off, Allen and LeVert. That killed me. Then life was good. Then it wasn't. When KD's toe was on the line and I went ballistic. And then James Harden got traded when the going got tough. Kyrie Irving said 15 million different dramas. Kevin Durant left. And now we're here, back basically in the same position we were about 4 or so years ago. Anyway, the second half is going to start very shortly if it hasn't already. But it's been an eventful time to support this team. I mean, when we, like the 2018-19 team, what was the problem there? I mean, Dudley at the 4. Funny in the playoffs, but not reliable all the time. To be fair, that was a simpler time when we could worry about Alan Crabb being injured and the injury being a mystery for like 60 games. It was like a slight knee injury and then he was out for 50 games. Simple time, but we've returned. Fultz rattles out. Bridges wasn't even looking at the basketball initially. He got it now. Gets into the paint, shoots the midi over Batadze, and he scores the 2 points. And that's not how we started the first half, so hopefully that's a sign of things to come. Wagner. Oh! Batadze with the follow after the initial miss by Wagner. Gee, I mean, even if we blow this lead, I think we could be okay, because Washington are up 18 on the Heat. Dinwiddie backs down Anthony, the spin, the layup is off. How did Spence end up with it? How? Oh. That is a really messy possession. Bro, how did... Okay, first and foremost, what is Batadze doing bringing the ball up? A really careless pass to Anthony. Dinwiddie saw it from a mile away, and then the foul by Cole Anthony on the block. Johnson... Batadze met the ball right at the apex. So, could be considered a goaltend, could not be, but it's not going to be. If KD's foot was smaller, we would be champs. I mean, The odds would be significantly higher if, yeah. Because we would have played the Hawks in the fucking finals. The Eastern Conference finals. Anthony. The push shot is good. No resistance. So Bridges. High screen clacks. Pull up Bridges. Different result. Offensive board though for the Nets. And now Finney-Smith back out to Spencer. Bridges on the wing. It's long. Rebound again. Dinwiddie the kick out to the corner. No look. Doe is wide open and the net barely moves. 65-43. Now Anthony. 3 over Dinwiddie. That's long. Misdirected. Rebound Nets. Dinwiddie. Skip pass to the corner for Bridges. Good change of direction and he scores with the soft touch at the rim. 24-point lead. So this is a dream performance if you ask me. I mean, the last thing I wanted was anything complicated regarding where we'd finish in, you know, at the end of the regular season. So far, so good. It's not over yet. A lot can change in 21 minutes of basketball. I mean, that's borderline half a game. A lot of time for plenty of events to transpire. Bitadze shoots a 3 top of the key and doesn't get the bounce. The rebound by the Nets. And now Dinwiddie. Alley-oop. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Dinwiddie did well to work things out pretty spontaneously. Bridges the step back 3. That's long. And he's been one guy who's just been hella inefficient today. Even still, very comfy lead. Well done by Doe to, you know, stick a hand in there, right where the pass was directed. And now the Nets in transition after forcing the turnover and a goaltend. The shot went down anyway, but it's going to be 2 points for the Nets. Even if it didn't go through because of the goaltend. Fultz there very, very late. So Cole Anthony. Gonna drive. Stops. Gave it off to Bitadze. Doe got in there and saved it as the ball was going out of play. Another turnover for the Magic. Oh, Bridges the Euro. Short on the layup though. He ain't been himself today. Suggs. Into the paint. Oh, well done to maneuver through. Missed it. Got his own miss. Missed it. Bitadze got that miss and scored. It has not been a pretty quarter. Basically the same way the game began. Got an early sub getting ready to check in. Houston is the man for the Magic. Bridges, high screen. Dinwiddie on the catch and shoot 3 in rhythm. That's off. Rebound Bitadze. So Fultz leaves it for Wagner. Into the paint. Layup. Off the window. It's off. Bitadze, the reverse is good. And that's basically what happens when Clax tries to make an impact on the first shot. And it happened in the last game as well. Or the last quarter, should I say. Except the inverse. Doe, that's a really weird shot. Almost like he was in the middle of lobbing it up and shooting it himself. Suggs is well short on the pull-up 3. Early offense for the Magic goes not the way you would like. And we're going to get a timeout. So this game has been fucking trashy. We're already nearly halfway through the third quarter. We've had 11 points to what? 12? No. How have we outscored them in the quarter? We haven't even been that good in the quarter and we're still outscoring them. Crazy stuff. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like and sub as well if you want. There's also a donation link, so if you're feeling extra, then make sure to show your support by donating. You don't have to. The option is there for you. Okay, well that makes sense, right? So the reason the Heat are losing to Washington, they don't have Adebayo, Butler, Lowry, and Jovic. I mean, Jovic doesn't get time. Hero, Love, Strus, all questionable. Because yeah, what? So it's 98-80. That okay, yeah. So the reason the Heat are losing is because they have Cody Zeller as their leading scorer. I mean, what was the expectation? Like this is their team today. Duncan Robinson, Haywood Highsmith, Cody Zeller, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking there. Kane, Martin, Yurtseven, Orlando Robinson, and Oladipo is their bench. Wow. That being said, the Wizards are not playing one of Bill Porzingis or, what's his name? Kuzma. They've got Johnny Davis, who's been the most arse rookie in God knows how long. DeLon Wright, Daniel Gafford, who's actually got 22 on 9 of 10 shooting, Kispert, and Gill. Wow, that's a crap team. Okay. So play resuming with the Nets. Bridges. Drive baseline, shoots over 2, doesn't get the roll. Rebound Batadze. Mikal can't find his shot today. At all, man. Anthony the skip pass to Suggs on the wing. Doe picks him up. Does well. Pass force to Anthony. Shoots the baseline 2. Try to score it off the window. That's off. Rebound Nets. Dinwiddie. Skip pass to Doe. What a great find. And Doe knocks down the 3 in the corner. The cohesion. Going back to Dallas. Looks like that was a deep 2, actually. I thought that was a 3. At least that's what the Yes Network is saying it was, a 2. Wagner weaves through. Lost the ball. Well done, Cam Johnson with the active hands. And now the Nets will get into some early offense, you would feel. Dinwiddie got Batadze on him. Bro, the Magic have got 17 turnovers already, man. Doe to Johnson in the corner. Got to get into something here with 4 to shoot. Johnson airballed it, but followed up. And it was one of those fortunate ones where it just sits for you well. And easy 2 for Johnson. Anthony pulls up. No, he doesn't shoot. Wagner on the catch. That's well short. Long rebound by Batadze. He's going to test Claxton. Or so I thought. He kicks it out to Anthony. The catch and shoot 3 in rhythm is good. And that cuts it to 21. Man, it's been a bit ropes today, hasn't it? Not a great game. A very viewer-friendly game. 4:35 to play in this third quarter. It's been a quick one, to be honest. Dinwiddie to Doe on the catch again. He's feeling it, but he misses his short on that 3 and the rebound. Suggs goes downhill. The layup. High arcing shot is good. And it's back down to 19. It's sort of hovered at this margin for basically the last quarter or so. Clax leaves it for Bridges. He's now blitzed. Johnson is open as a result. He drives. He missed it. Clax with a dunk on the putback. Man. It's going to be shots for... what's his name? Wagner. Clax, after scoring 2 on one end, is fouled on the other side. Bro, how did Johnson not get the foul? He literally got hit on the arm, man. That being said, it's... yep, Clax with the putback too. Very reliable in that area. Can always bank on him being pretty alert whenever he needs to get an offensive board. Wagner makes number 1. Cut down to 20. Bridges has been struggling. He has today. I mean, it hasn't really... given the Magic have been god-awful, it hasn't really hindered us in any way. But yeah, the Magic 17 turnovers. I mean, that's just woeful, especially for this point in the game. That being said, they've improved from the first half. They had 14 turnovers in one half. I mean, some teams don't even get to that mark in a game. So Dayron's in the game. Joe is in the game. So is Royce. Bridges picks up his dribble. He's a bit stranded and he turns the ball over. Looking for Dayron. Anthony. Well, that's a bit of miscommunication, but Anthony has been bricking shots all game long. Building a house out here. And the Nets on the other side. Royce just threw it away. And now the Magic in transition. Dinwiddie the only one back. And he got out of the way just for his own sake. And it's down to 17. We haven't looked after the ball in the last couple of minutes. So a little bit of calm is probably required. McCall. Doubled. Dinwiddie. Dayron. That pass is way too saucy. And another turnover for the Nets. We're going to get a timeout. And it's happened at the right time. I don't know if JV or Mosley called it for the Magic. But cannot let this team back into the game. I mean, given where the Heat are currently sitting, down 18 with 7 minutes to play in the last quarter. A result today, like for the Wizards, like a win for the Wizards secures the spot anyway, but I would love to see us not be complacent. Yeah. I don't want to, like, choke the lead, lose this game. I don't want to see any of that. Especially with the way the Magic have played today. Like, the turnovers the last couple of minutes have been avoidable. I would like to see a bench lineup. I want to see Bridges go to the bench. I mean, let's actually have a quick look at what he's been doing today. Like, he's already taken 18 shots. He doesn't even do that when he's playing well. How has he taken 18 shots today? And the thing is, like, Cam Johnson's taken 13 shots. Spencer's taken 10 shots. And all on bad efficiency, bro. But Spencer, man, 13 dimes again. That guy's crazy, dude. 13 dimes. He's going to get a double-double in rebounds and assists. I sure as hell know earlier in the season when we had him, we couldn't say that. That was even going to be a possibility, but it's happened. Or it is happening, potentially. He could have a triple-double. I mean, triple-double watch, he only needs, what, 4 more points, 3 more rebounds, and he's got it. Very, very possible, given the stage of the game. So, look, we should have this well and truly secured, I would say, but... So 75-58. 2:48 to play in this quarter. Let us know what, I mean, look, the Sixers matchup looks well and truly sewn up, given the other result around the grounds. Share your thoughts about what you think about the Sixers series. Predictions for it, what you think, what you're excited about. Any bold calls you have? Seth Curry gets involved defensively and forces the steal. Then Joe Harris threw it away. Seth Curry somehow ended up with it. And a loopy pass back out. Wide open three for Royce. Goes begging. The opportunity goes begging. And I was about to say the Mavericks. The Magic get the rebound. Cole Anthony, Batadze, Harris. Picked up by Dayron on the outside. 3 to shoot. Oh, this is a bad shot for the Magic. Anthony tried to bank it in. I don't know if that was intended, but they get a second opportunity. Harris dead to shoot the 3. Doesn't get enough lift. And we're going to have a foul on the floor. It's going to go the way of the Magic. I just realized you didn't stream for the Jazz game. That was an awful fourth quarter. Well, for that game specifically, I actually... Yeah, well, it was 5:30 in the morning, that game. I wasn't waking up for that. I was not waking up for that. Anthony, the kick out to Okeke for 3. That hits back iron. A rebound by Anthony. What is this? The 4th possession in a row for the Magic? Anthony still got it. Still got it. 3 to shoot. The scoop is off. Shot with the block. Anthony had another chance and he got it to go. What is that? 5 opportunities. 11-2 run for the Magic. But it hasn't been in like 2 minutes. It's happened in nearly 4 minutes. It's been a slow burn this game. Dinwiddie to Joe on the catch. That's his bread and butter. It rattles out. A rebound the Magic. This has been a tough viewing experience, man. Harris. Dinwiddie is going to pick up the foul. Batadze was his assignment under the basket. They're in the bonus. It's going to be shots. This game isn't over, ladies and gents. As much as the other game might be, this one is not. And I don't want to be losing to the second stringers for the Magic. 2 games out from the playoffs. The Heat have cut it to 14 with 5:20 to play. So it's not over there either. As much as it, signs would be pointing in the right direction. So Batadze makes number 1. Second free throw, good. So 75-62, the Nets have only scored 16 in the quarter. The Magic, despite playing better, have only scored 23 of their own to cut it to 13, should I say. Curry the kick out. Royce on the catch. The 3 is well and truly misdirected. Rebound by the Magic. So, I mean, the third quarter could not end quickly enough for this Nets team because we have been in a rut. 1 second difference between shot and game. Anthony 1-on-1, picked up by Dinwiddie. Anthony to the basket, missed it. Rebound Royce. 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. Pull up 3 on the move. Got it! Woo! Can't fucking score a layup, but can score a moving 3. As the shot clock expires, no worries. Off the window. Big buckets. I mean, if we scored 2 points in, 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes, and scored 3 points off that 1 possession there. Bloody hell, man. things this team does to your heart. So frustrating, man. Alrighty. Alrighty. So 1 quarter to play, 78-62. The Miami Wizards game currently is decided by 14. Must be a timeout in that game because I can't really see what's... Yeah, it's a Heat full timeout after they were down by as much as 18 about a minute prior. Man, this is not the kind of way you want to play a game out from the last... Well, yeah, a game out from the end of the year, basically. How rubbish is this, right? There's so many, like, obviously it's the end of the season, you know, a lot of awards shows, or not awards shows, awards being discussed, Defensive Player of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, MVP, Sixth Man of the Year, all those awards. How about this? Ever since KD and Kyrie got traded, Clax has not gotten any attention on you know, the Defensive Player of the Year front. He hasn't. Like, I'm looking at one of these thingies, these, like, Defensive Player of the Year odds. This is the current likelihood of players to win the award. Jaren Jackson, Lopez, Bam, Giannis, Mobley, AD. Like, AD, are you taking the piss, bro? Clax hasn't even dropped off. Maybe slightly. But even still... It's an offensive foul on Schofield, a moving screen. Curry was the guy that was the victim of that one. But yeah, like, he's just been forgotten about. Completely forgotten about. What a load of rubbish. This is what I'm saying when we're now small market. Bridges on the baseline scores for 2. He can go 5 of 20, 5 of 35, 5 of 50, but he'll still be able to find a way to score buckets even when the shots aren't falling as badly as they aren't right now. Harris, cross, Euro over Curry. That's good. When he's 6'1", or when Seth Curry is 6'1", I mean, that's going to be a matchup you've got to exploit. You know, it's basically like not even having a guy there. Bridges for 3, top of the key. That one's well off. What is that? That's the 9th miss out of 10 shots from 3. Curry on the spin. Scores right at the shoulder. Is that even a thing? The shoulder? It's like at the little curve of the arc. I don't know how to explain it. That like conjoins the corner from the top of the key. And Anthony, he's got to shoot it. He's got one to shoot. It's a heave and it goes in. Couldn't fucking score a shot for his life in the, well, basically the whole game, and just somehow manages to score a heave. Basically a prayer, to be quite honest with you. Clax, give and go with Curry. Curry misses the 2. If 7-11 is still there, he would be the front runner for sure. Yeah. The media does not care. Okeke on the catch. Knocks down to 3. Down to 13. McCall's gotten an extended run here. He has not taken a breather in this entire second half. Royce... Clax. Curry, please shoot it. Royce on the catch. Deep 3, that's off the rebound. Bol. Anthony. Behind the back. Shot from the elbow. It's off. The rebound by Bridges. Curry. I think he's going to take Anthony on here. High screen Clacks. Pass for Bridges. Foul. On a good day, that's falling. So, Mikel struggled today. He's going to get to the line, though, and try to tack on a couple of points here. So, look, I reckon the game... Look, I think the way the other game's going, I don't think the result of this one's going to matter. Then again, I could be very, very wrong. I don't know why JV relies so much on Bridges like his KD, even if he's struggling. To be fair, I want to see Bridges get more basketball. Like, makes both. Mikel, like, he should be taking more clutch shots. He should be taking more shots, full stop. I don't know why it's taken a game against the second stringers of the Magic for Mikel to take so many shots this early into the game. Bol, the midi is short. The rebound putback is good by Okiki. Like, I want to see Mikel take more shots. In a game like today, I'm happy to see him work through it. But he probably could have a bit of a better shot selection. How did Mikel not get a foul there? What? Clacks rolls it back out for Curry. Got to pass it. Bridges on the catch. The three is well off, and I would send Mikel to the bench. You've let him play 16 minutes straight, bro. Give him a break. Carter Williams, the runner. That's off. The putback, or the offensive rebound by Carter Williams, did not result in a foul as he put the shot up. That cross-court pass by Bridges is poor. It's a 3-on-2. Bol shoots a 3. They've got the numbers anyway. They got the offensive board. And a 3. And Schofield stares the bench down. You've got to send Mikel to the bench, bro. He is gassed. If him missing that many shots and him turning the ball over doesn't scream out to you, send him to the bench, I don't know what does. You played him 16 and a half minutes straight, bro. Like, just to quantify, let's have a look, right? Box score time. Mikel has already played 32 minutes, and I would have expected he played more given he's played 16 straight, but 6 of 22 from the field and 1 of 11 from 3. This is by far his most inefficient performance as a net. Clacks has been unbelievably good with 14 points and 15 rebounds. Spence with the 13 dimes, and it's not a really good, like, it's not really the kind of game you want to be looking at the box score for, because it's bloody ugly, I have to say. Like, if we look at the shooting percentages, like, for this team, apart from Seth Curry, like, look at that. That is an atrocity, man. The Magic have 13 more rebounds, man. Yet they still have 2 less shots than we do. We're lucky they're shooting it bad, because we could have been done in, honestly. Like, Batadze, I thought he was going to be trashed today. He's got 12 points and 15 boards, man. Probably being one of their better players. They're struggling for scoring, but look, the offensive rebounds are keeping him in it. They've already got 15 of those. They've had 19 turnovers, though, which has been the pitfall for them. We've had 10 offensive boards. That's not awful. And only the 8 turnovers, that's helped us out. But even still, like, the Magic are not out of this. How is Washington beating Miami? You probably want to look at their team. The team that the Heat are playing. Because it ain't good. It ain't good. I mean, the Wizards aren't playing a good team themselves, but Fuck, it's disgusting there. Yeah. Well, I think the Wizards are going to sew up... Yeah, they're going to secure the playoff spot for us. Thank God. As I said, that being said, I don't give a shit if they win today. The Wizards over the Heat. I don't care if the Heat lose. We need to close this one out. Why is Mikal still in the game? Oh my shit. Dinwiddie's back in. It's Johnson, Dinwiddie, Bridges, O'Neal, and Clax, the 5. Bridges just got blocked on a 3. He is shooting nearly 25%. A tick over 25% from the field on 24 shots, bro. Or 23 shots. Okeke for 3, that's off. Good box out Bridges, and he's just going to let it trickle out of play, but... What was the intention of playing Bridges for this long? Like, you can't be serious. We're playing the Magic, bro. And even still, it's irrespective of the opponent. We're not managing the minutes well. He's not providing great minutes, Mikal is. Johnson, that pass is knocked out of bounds by the Magic. They trapped Johnson quite well. 5 to shoot. It's a damn miracle that, like, with the way we've played, we do not deserve to be up double figures. Royce going to send it out of Clax. He's going to have to play make. Royce, airball. My God. We're struggling big time, bro. Carter Williams weaves through. Short on the push shot. It's just because they're playing their 2s that they're... Well, they're missing all these shots. Like, we look like the worst team somehow. Bol, cross. Shot over Clax. That's a good contest and another miss for the Magic, but... Fucking hell, this is disgusting. Mikal. He's remaining persistent. That's a foul. It was basically riding Schofield there. It's going to be free throws at the 6:01 mark. This is an awful game. Indeed it is, man. We can't be playing like this in the 81st game of the season, bro. That being said, I mean, this team is very inconsistent, but my God, it's been a bit of a... Hasn't been very... Oh my God. Bridges misses another free throw, bro. Fucking hell, this is disgusting, Mikal. So the Heat have cut it to 6 with 26 seconds left. Please don't. Mikal makes the second. My God. Bridges might be tired. I think so. Anyone from a mile away could observe that. He's played the whole second half. Oh, my shit. Bol lost it, then got it back. For a split second, unfortunately for him, that was the last touch. And it's going to be Nets with possession again. As I said, it's like, as much as the Magic second stringers have actually gotten them back in the game, they're also the guys that are letting us off. That's another turnover. And Mikal looks so like... He's lacking today. Severely. But he's not the kind of guy to be like... to be too affected by a bad game, I don't think. I don't think he's going to be down in the dumps. He's just going to see this as a bad performance and move forward. He's not the kind of guy that dwells on that sort of stuff. At least he strikes me as the kind of guy that wouldn't be the guy to do that. Oh, they just can't get a shot to go. What? That's gone off the Magic, bro. What is this? It's off Okeke, bro. Oh, no, never mind. The camera angle was deceiving. Trying to get the 20 points, then sit down. Yeah, maybe. Even still, man, like, I wouldn't be toying with danger, to be honest. Schofield. Lost the ball. Turnover. Bridges sends it forward to Royce. And he's the slowdown because the Magic got back incredibly well. Dinwiddie. Corner for Johnson, who drives in, rolls it back out to Spence. He's got a bit of space. He gives it to Johnson, who goes down the middle. Dunk. And whilst it has not been pleasant viewing, I mean, that was like a diamond in the rough, to be quite honest. That's a bucket we needed. Buckets have been difficult to come by in this game. I mean, how many points did we have at three-quarter time, and how many points do we have now? And look, we can't afford this in the playoffs, man. Cannot afford this. Like, we've only scored 30 points, 29 points in the second half to the Magic, who I'm pretty convinced are playing in first gear. Or aren't even in first gear. Wait. Yeah, they're in first gear. Can you tell that I don't know much about cars? Okay, well, irrespective of what happens today, ladies and gentlemen, we have secured a playoff spot. Oladipo went nuts in the last quarter. He ended with 30 and he hit 7 threes. But ladies and gents, the win may not be secured, but the win is secured. We have gotten exactly what we have sought after. And you can hear the crowd roar as it is announced. We're going to the playoffs, people. Let's fucking go indeed. Philadelphia, I am ready. I am ready for this series. I'm ready. If you are enjoying the stream, as much as the game hasn't been pleasant, make sure to drop a like and sub if you're new. We'll be doing some coverage of the playoffs, and we'll also be doing some coverage. We'll be doing a game preview, of course. Oh, sorry, a series preview sometime in the next week before the first round, but obviously after the regular season is done. So it's going to be an interesting series, ladies and gents. But right now, I think, well, based off this form, we are definitely getting knocked out in the first round in straight sets. A nice little sweep. This has been some of the worst basketball you could possibly ask for at the back end of the season. But look, we simply put, just needed to get a result. And now, like, as much as, we actually didn't control getting into the playoffs. Well, we did, sort of. Like, I'd love a win right now. Royce does well. And with 5 to shoot, the Magic are going to need to work shit out. So, ladies and gents, get excited for the playoffs. It's going to be entertaining because the last time, I mean, we play them in 2 days, but we're not going to probably see them at full strength. The Magic airball a 3 while they hit the backboard, not the rim. Cam is sucking like Ben was at Philly. As I said, I'm going to be doing a video in the off-season about Cam Thomas and the situation, what I think of it, what I think the reason is. I think it's actually very clear-cut. A lot of people from the outside just see the 340-point games. Bridges is fouled, and despite being trash from the field today, I think that's the best way to put it, and probably the nicest way to put it, he still knocks down a 2 whilst getting fouled. The Magic a little bit overzealous trying to reach in there, and Bridges moving falling away, scores the 2 and a free throw. If you're not going to play Cam, trade the guy for God's sake. We'll wait till the off-season to assess, I think. Well, we don't really have a choice, do we? But I will be doing a video. It's a very interesting dilemma we have. It's very easy to, as I said, see the 40-point games. The 3 40-point games he had, against the Clippers, the Wizards, and someone else. And be like, well, he's a gun. Yes, he is, if he's in the right situation. In all 3 of those games, there wasn't a clear number 1. He was the best offensive player on the roster in the 3 games where he scored 40. So yes, he relished the opportunity, but now you have players like Dinwiddie, who needs the rock. You have players like Mikal Bridges, who we've seen what he can do. He's going to need the rock. That means that Cam Thomas is going to have to play off ball. Oh my shit. So an Orlando player was just making love with the floor. And it's not what it sounds like. It was something reminiscent of an ankle breaker. Even though he didn't cross him up. That was weird. Oh, that was actually, no. It was a nice little hesitation. Bit of a change of direction. Faked going one way, went the other. But it was more subtle. And he knocked down the 2, no worries. But yeah, like, if Cam Thomas is playing off ball, he looks lost. You know? Interesting observation. Every single time we've played the Sixers in the playoffs, it's been a 3 versus 6 matchup. And this year, same goes. But yeah. So, first round coverage begins next weekend. Ladies and gents, that'll mean we're here for game 1. We're going to be doing the watch along for game 1. If it's next weekend, best believe I will be here. And make sure to tune in for it. It's going to be hopefully good vibes. Hopefully we don't play like this. We know how the last time we played Philly in the playoffs went down. Had a bit of a fight with between, I mean, there was some good old trash talk between Ben Simmons and Jared Dudley. Dudley's now a Mavs coach and Ben Simmons is out on our team. What else? We won the first game of the series in Philly, which was one of the biggest surprises, but then, you know, it was an interesting storyline. I mean, yeah, those 4 games, there was one game where we were right in it, and then there was the huge scuffle, the huge fight between Dudley and Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler got ejected, but Dudley had words for Embiid. A lot of shit went down in that game. That pass was wild by the Magic. They got 4.6 to shoot. Hopefully on KO. Still listening to you, mate. It'll definitely be on KO. I would assume so. Harris. That's Kevon. Bol in the mid-range. That's off. The rebound. It's off hands. It's going to be Nets ball, though. And we're gonna get a timeout. There's absolutely no reason to play your starting 5 now. 0. I would assume we bring in the bench with 2.5 to play. 16-point lead. It's pretty comfy now, but what do I take away from this game? Absolutely nothing. Because we played like shit and we played a shit team. So both of those things are not going to be the case in the playoffs. At least I would hope we're not going to be shit in the playoffs. But I do know for a fact we're not playing a shit team. So, man, interesting times, people. But yeah, Next weekend, we're going to be here. It's going to be fucking exciting. Is Bridges going for some record? We did actually talk about this pre-game. There's only been 51 players in the history of the NBA that have played 3,000 minutes in the NBA season. Mikal Bridges before today needed 64 minutes to reach that mark. And I'm pretty damn sure, I mean, he was on 32 minutes with about 6 minutes to play. So I think he's probably got about 30 to get. 28 to 30 to get. But he is the number one in minutes played, like, in the entirety of the NBA this season. So, yep, we've emptied the bench. Skyline, hope you're doing well, mate. Better late than never. Granted, I don't think this is a game you wanted to tune in for, listen to, watch, because it's been pretty ugly viewing, to be quite honest, outside of maybe the second quarter. The bench has been emptied, though. We've got Utah, a sighting of Utah. Sumner's in, Dayron, Drew Smith, and David Duke. Foul by Edmund Sumner. Bol is going to be shooting a couple. At the 2-minute mark, we've got 120 seconds of game time left. Free throw is good for Bol. Second free throw is bricked. And rebound nets. So, everyone, I just want to say thanks for the support that has been provided the entirety of the season. A lot of new people. Duke with the acceleration to the cup. A lot of you have tuned in irrespective of commitment, like other commitments. Always been here. It's never been dependent on whether or not you've got access. You've still prioritized my stream, my commentary over others, which is awesome. And always been pretty open and what's the word? Very interactive in the comments. That's what we want to see, because it shouldn't be just a one-way conversation where I'm talking to no one. It's got to be a two-way street, and you guys have been able to provide that through simply being here. Because obviously last season it was a different story. We had, there were a couple games where I'd struggled to get. Oh no, there were a couple games where I went ballistic on certain streams in terms of numbers, but it was tough to get. Now it's sort of tough to get because we're a more small market team. The interest is much lower, but I'm not complaining because there's a solid group of regulars, and then you've got the odd newbie that comes into the stream and says hello, and that's all I wanted, was a small community, and I've basically gotten that. So everything from here on out is an added bonus. We're into the final minute, ladies and gents. Sumner the skip pass. Utah for 3, that's off. And we're in the final minute now. But yeah, this is the last regular season watch-along. I remember starting in the preseason with the Heat game and the Minnesota game, and we barely got like any viewership on that. Barely any people tuned in. Not following along from last season, and that's to be expected. It takes a bit of time to ease in into the season, especially when you're just getting back into the swing of things. But there was a really big stretch where interest was sky high, and then obviously KD and Kyrie going out, that sent it into the bin a little bit. But it's all a part of the experience. I mean, just like I like to compare my YouTube watch along experience with how the Nets have performed. It's always been like that. When we've played well, the viewership's been up, the chat's been more lively. When we lose, It's been more down in the dumps, less people rock up. You know, it's an interesting way to look at things. Next game with the Sixers is going to be interesting. I don't think it is. I think the Sixers will rest everyone. We may very well do the same, except for Mikal, who will play to make it game number 83 on the season. I reckon they'll play Mikal because if he plays, he would have played 83 games in the regular season, bro. Crazy stuff. The guy is Iron Man. He has not missed a game. He's not only just not missed a game in his entire career, but he's playing more games than there are in an NBA season. Sort of ballistic. Well, there we go. We have won. I mean, the result before already decided it, but this is the absolute nail in the coffin to get us the 6th seed. For the 5th straight season, ladies and gents, we are headed to the playoffs. And it's going to be a good damn experience. Spencer Dinwiddie is embracing of his son. It's all smiles, even though that was not the greatest game of basketball I've watched. Mate, his son looks so similar. It's actually crazy. Alrighty, so let's have a look at the box score, and then I'm gonna give you the rundown for what is the plan. You're just chill. That's why I like your commentary. I like KD, but I'll still like your vids, especially when you say that's rubbish in your Aussie accent. I mean, yeah, a lot of shit sounds better when an Australian is saying it. No bias. Alrighty. Let's go to the box score, and Mikal was trash. I'm just going to put that one out there. He ends with 22 points. Actually, the top scorer in the entire game I actually think in the entire game. I mean, with that amount of shots, that volume, it shouldn't be like... He should have cleared it ages ago, but he ends with 22 on 24 shots. God-awful from 3. Clax was pretty damn good. 4 offensive boards, 15 rebounds total, 14 dimes for Spencer Dinwiddie. But yeah, Clax was probably our best. Royce O'Neal was pretty good. In his time on the floor, what did he have? He had a couple steals in there, 2 steals. That's pretty good. Plus 15. Dorian Finney-Smith is going to need to pick it up. Cam Johnson was pretty efficient. I mean, given it was a pretty bad shooting game, 7 of 15 is pretty good. And then off the bench, Seth Curry with 13 points. He had a couple 4-point plays, which was awesome to see. Overall, shot the ball god-awfully. If we do that again, we're getting bundled out in 4 games. But like the rebounding, we got out-rebounded by 12, but I think one of the big differences was, well, the free throws in the first half was the problem that needed to be emphasized for the Magic. They evened that out, but we only had 9 turnovers, and they ended up with a grand total of 21. So there's your difference right there. And also the fact that they were shooting the ball god-awfully, even worse than what we were. And we were shooting it pretty badly as well. They had 15 offensive boards. Not really too many people to talk about in this game. Like, it was pretty bad. I mean, no one scored more than 14 for the Magic. They didn't even play their starters, really. They didn't really commit to the cause all that much. So, look, I'm not taking really anything away from this game, man, because it was... I'm not going to say shit. To be honest, it was bad. But that is the end of streams for the season. We will be doing the playoffs, and we will be doing a little game preview. So basically from here on out, we could just be playing the Philadelphia 76ers for the rest of the year. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because I hate Joel Embiid. So we will be playing him in 2 days. I won't be doing that stream. I will be doing, though, some games of the playoffs if I can, depending on time and schedule and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be good, hopefully. I mean, if we play like this, it's going to be a damn long series, but hopefully we've gotten the bad performances out of the way, and now we can look forward and actually, it'll start on Monday or Sunday, wherever you are, with regards to putting in a good shift and then carrying that momentum into the playoffs. But Mikel wasn't happy about his game today, and a lot of people have pointed out that he is in the shits because of it. And that is a really good sign, because he's embraced the leadership. He's embracing that he is the number one option. He's the number one option on this team, which is, well, it's going to be imperative for us to win this thing. I mean, full stop. To be successful, we need Mikel to embrace the leadership role and perform and learn from mistakes and be willing to grow. But yeah, I don't expect him to shoot 1 of 12 from 3 again, 7 of 24 from the field again. The fact he took 24 shots in a game like today was really off, because he doesn't usually take that many shots in a good game. Like in a game that we actually need to perform, or in a game where we're playing a good team. He doesn't get enough shots. So, I mean, if that's a sign of what we're going to see in the, foreseeable future, then that's a positive. But at that volume, scoring that many points, no thank you. Your thoughts on the new rule having to play a certain amount of games to win awards? Yeah, it's a part of the new collective bargaining agreement. I think it's somewhat good. It would mean players like Jaren Jackson can't win the Defensive Player of the Year. Granted, I don't think he deserves to win it, probably because I have a Claxton agenda, or I'm for Claxton agenda. But I do think Lopez has been pretty consistent all year round as well. So they're probably the 3 clear cut. It probably would, give teams less incentive to rest their stars or hold players out longer, taking a more conservative route with regards to how they deal with and manage player injuries. Yeah. Yeah. So it's interesting, man. Sort of crazy that this season is going to bring about a season where we've won, in the Sean Marks era, the second most wins in a season. The only other season was the 2020-21 season, which resulted in, I believe, getting bundled out by the Bucks. Was that the year? I don't know. But yeah, the good thing is we have no expectations. If we lose, big deal, it was expected. If we win, it's going to look damn bad. It's going to look awful for the Philadelphia 76ers. The pressure is on them. If they don't perform, if they don't get through the first round, they're in, well, there's going to be a lot of turmoil there. James Harden, his future could be up in the air. Doc Rivers, his future could be up in the air. But then again, Sixers fans would say that would be a win if Doc Rivers gets the sack. Need that playoff experience for the new roster. 100%. It's all different roles for this team. I mean, the roles are all heightened for them. Like Dorian Finney-Smith, basically the whole starting 5. Mikal Bridges' first time as a leading scorer, a number 1 option on a playoff team. Dinwiddie, an increased role on probably last season. He doesn't have to score as much. Well, he probably does, but he needs to facilitate more. Cam Johnson's got a bigger role. Clax has got a bigger role. Everyone's got a bigger role. What am I talking about? It's not just centralized for one player that they have a bigger role. Because of this roster being so new, the makeup's so new, the chemistry is still probably not well and truly refined. That'd take an off-season to get done, but yeah. Doc would be hung if they lost to the Nets, 100%, man. We'd blow up the Sixers, we would. As I said, there is 0 expectations for us and plenty of expectation for them. Funny how we have to face the Sixers again, just like in 2018 with an upstart roster. Well, yeah, that roster in 2018 was different. Or 2019. It was a different roster. Like, it had been the same basically the whole year. So it wasn't, like, that roster had, like, unmatched chemistry. It was just like we didn't have enough firepower. I feel like it's a bit different in the sense that we still aren't fully adjusted. If that makes sense. We aren't fully adjusted, I think. I don't know. It's an interesting, like, situation because, yeah, we've only got like 20 games under our belt with this team, or 25 games. But, well, it is what it is. Anyway, that's going to do it. We will see you for a game preview, for a little watch along next week. Hopefully the Cam Thomas analysis will probably come after the postseason. We'll see how we go. But that'll do it. So as always, thank you very much for tuning in, for your attention, for your comments, for your support. We will see you very soon. Thank you for your support across the season, not just today. But that'll wrap things up from me. So thank you. Have a good one. Stay safe, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.